3D spotting, BattleRoyal, jets, it's all returning in Battlefield 6, guys. We have brand new information. Stick around until the end of the video because we're gonna go into all of those topics together, dissect them, and see what they all mean for the upcoming title, Battlefield 6. My name is Ace, welcome back to another Battlefield video. Let's start with the elephant in the room. The famous or infamous 3D spotting, depending on your point of view, is returning in Battlefield 6. Now, it has been nothing new for the Battlefield playtest labs. It was there in the first playtest and it was there now in the second playtest that recently concluded. And to my knowledge, they haven't changed anything about it. It's been the exact same from first test to the second test. And the reason you weren't hearing about 3D spotting so much is because it was overshadowed by the movement and the vehicle alteration topics that people have been discussing over the past couple of weeks. But now that those topics have kind of died down, since DICE has confirmed movement is coming and the vehicle alteration is staying, the 3D spotting is emerging a little bit. It's emerging in fact so much that this German site reported about it. So here's the article that said this newly emerged and somewhat controversial topic is being discussed in Reddit. Specifically with 3D spotting, players can make a targeted enemy visible to their team at the touch of a button. In Battlefield 2042, for example, squad members can see the enemy's entire silhouette through walls for a short period of time. In other parts, it's just a symbol. And in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, of course, it was a massive Dorito above their heads, or in Battlefield's one case, it was a class icon above their head, which stood there for quite a long time actually. To be fair though, in Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 they gave us a little bit of counterplay to the 3D spotting with the so-called quick unspot perk from Battlefield 1 and the shadow perk tree from Battlefield 4, which helped a little bit with 3D spotting. And if you really hated 3D spotting, you could also just play hardcore in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. I'm not sure if you could play it in BF1, I guess you could, there are custom servers running, like hardcore, I guess, I'm not sure. Tell me in the comment section, actually, I've never played hardcore in Battlefield 1. So what did the testers say about 3D spotting? The people I have been reading comments from, like on Reddit and Telegram, have said that it feels pretty brutal. And that's also because of the destruction as well being put into the mix with 3D spotting. They've said on those maps, and you have seen the maps, they're super small, dense urban maps, that once the destruction has been concluded and all those houses are very wide open, that all the vehicles and the other infantry players who aren't in the houses have to do is press Q and everybody's spotted and there is very, very little cover around. And with the medic bag being very bugged in that playtest, it's very hard to survive and some people felt very frustrated and they attributed that to the 3D spotting. I agree with them to a certain extent. When 3D spotting is put into a mix with incredible destruction, it can be very overwhelming. I'm of the opinion that 3D spotting belongs in games that have not crazy destruction, that have respectable destruction, like Battlefield 3 and BF4 to an extent, BF4 having it, of course, a little bit better than BF3. Because you have to face it here, once you eliminated every cover on the map and we raised the entire place to the ground, yeah, 3D spotting is gonna become a huge problem. It's gonna be such a problem that it's gonna be feeling like you're playing hardcore at at some points, because you're just gonna die very, very quickly because you spot it all the time. When you flew a jet in the sky in Battlefield 3, all you have to press is Q and everybody's spotted with the Dorito signature. So yeah, they're gonna of course have to think how they're gonna balance out 3D spotting if they're gonna keep it in the game permanently. Perhaps, like I said, those perks from Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4 might help here, but I think maybe the destruction, maybe keeping some houses not fully destructible, could be also a way to combat 3D spotting being super annoying. Because in Battlefield 3, yes, it was super annoying, but you know, we still had a very nice solid cover to run to when we were spotted and so on. Also, a minor thing, but in Battlefield 5 you also had this super cool icon above your UI, well, an icon, it was a title text, telling you, hey, you're spotted, run, or whatever. I would like to see that return. I know Tigger was responsible for that, so if we're gonna have 3D spotting, yeah, I would like to be notified when I'm spotted. Perhaps those simple tweaks are solutions, and I would like to see those in the third Battlefield playtest, and it seems that they might do something about it. Just a quick reminder, guys, if you enjoy my content, then please consider leaving a like, a comment, and a subscription. It really helps out a small-time creator like me. Thank you so much for your consideration. Enjoy the rest of the video. Moving on, guys, fighter and attack jets are returning to Battlefield 6 in all its glory. Seems to be the same system like in Battlefield 4, two sorts of jets, one to keep the skies clear and the other to harass tanks and infantry. So they come with different loadouts. For the fighter role, for the F-22 and Sukhoi 57, the Su-57, you're gonna have Vulcan 20mm cannon, you're gonna have Sidewinder secondary weapons and flares, and it says equipment to GBU-39. If you know what that is, let me know in the comment section. And for the attack role, we're gonna have the same cannon, 20mm, but you're gonna have Hydra, 70mm high explosive. I'm guessing this is going to be the dumbfire rockets from Battlefield 4. And you're going to have Maverick rockets as well. You're going to have flares, and then you're going to have MK82 air. Let me know what that is in the section. For you army freaks, I have no clue what that is. What I do know is that having Hydra, the rocket pods from Battlefield 3, they were quite destructive. It's going to be interesting to see the way that they're going to make the vehicle alteration for jets. In my opinion, in Battlefield 5, they had it easy. They went for a bomb run and then just ran through some circle that was in the middle of the sky that nobody could destroy. And it's mostly natural for a jet to just bomb and then fly back to, you know, backwards toward his base, resupply, and to just do bombing around forever. Are those vehicle stations going to be also in the middle of the map, like Tigger said they're going to be for land vehicles? Because if they aren't, I think we're going to have a balance problem. I'm going to tell you this straight up, okay? Because if they're going to have dumbfire rockets like this, and we cannot destroy their stations, and they don't have to deal with vehicle attrition, while all the land vehicle press have to deal with it, yeah, I'm very curious how they're going to work out. Now that we know that they are present in the playtest, I want to see them soon. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, the Battle Royale is also returning to Battlefield 6. We haven't seen this since Firestorm, and we had the failed Hazard Zone. I'm not sure if that counts as a Battle Royale in Battlefield 2042, but now we're having something new. So, Temporal on X have dug this up, go give him a follow. He says, I don't know anything about the plus system in the Battle Royale, but here's a list of BR features which are referenced. He says solo, duo, trio, and squad. I guess this means the way you're gonna be able to queue into Battle Royale. You're gonna insert into the mission with Chinook helicopter, kinda cool. And then you're gonna have parachute and shoot parachute. You're gonna have armor, hard and soft. I guess he means the armor plates we see in all Battle Royales. And he says it's gonna have a free-to-play component attached to it. Missions, call-ins, loot rarity, upgrade kits, shrinking circle, probably fire like in Firestorm, and second chance respawn. If it's gonna have a respawn, it's gonna be an interesting take on Battle Royale genre from Battlefield. I'm not sure if there is any Battle Royale out there that you can respawn in. If there is, and you play those, let me know in the comment section. If not, then Battlefield is gonna have something exclusive on their hands to drag in people who maybe aren't very good at Battle Royales and they can respawn once. Now, I know how people feel, of course, about Battle Royale. I personally think it's a very dead genre. It's been, like, really dead for a while now. It's like beating a dead horse now. I'm sick of BRs. I'm tired of seeing it, just like you are. But what I do know for sure, guys, is that Battlefield could really use new players. And if those new players just try out the new Battle Royale, they like the game. And by they like the game, I mean they like the looks of it, they like the gunplay, they like the sounds of it. They're like, hey, you know, this game, it's pretty solid looking. Is there another mode because I'm tired of BR? And then he buys the real game and then he just comes and plays with us. This, I think, is very good for Battlefield in general. BR, like I said, it would need its own twist, but here, the fact that you can respawn, the fact that there's going to be some upgrade kits, and you're going to have also some type of a calling system. What type of calling system, I don't know, but Temporal did say it's not going to be Battlefield 5 calling system, so maybe it's going to be something new. Yeah, spice it up a little bit for BR, make a Battlefield twist to it. Firestorm had its own twist to Battle Royale, of course. I think it was a solid BR for a Battlefield game. This, we're gonna see how it plays out. Like I said, hopefully it just brings in fresh new players that we can play with in the real Battlefield modes later, Conquest and Breakthrough, and the other things. If you are concerned about the BR taking away from the main game's experience, from the quality, from the dev time, that is just not true, guys. The Battle Royale is going to have its own team working on it. DICE is working on the multiplayer, so we're not going to have any like quality losses because some BR mode is being developed. We need to open up a little bit and let the new players sink in. I think it's very good for the game. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscription. It really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.